Yeah, I mean, you're right, DJ. I was really proud of our kids because they could have, you easily could have folded in the fourth quarter, down 10 points. But I thought our defense in that fourth quarter against Arkansas Fort Smith was really, really good, and obviously made a lot of big baskets. There at the end, with like 45 seconds or whatever it was, we got a quick steal, and then obviously pushed the ball up the court. And Kyler Kane hit a big three for us there at the end, and so then go to overtime, and I mean, when we tipped off in overtime, you just had the feeling that we were going to take it, and our girls did a great job. And then, again, Oklahoma Christian, give them a lot of credit. I mean, they made a lot of tough shots. They made a lot of a lot of baskets. They had the momentum going their way, and I mean, that was, we picked a bad day to have our worst offensive output of the year, and so, you kind of combine those two together. Give them credit. They've gotten a lot better and played really well, and we came up with a short end, but. You play in a really difficult conference like the Lone Star, and you can go on the road and split. I mean, you always take that. Obviously, you want a 2-0 for sure, but you take the split, come back home, and get ready for this week.
So what went wrong for you guys? You talk about it being your worst offensive day. Why do you feel like things weren't working against Oklahoma Christian?
We just missed a lot of shots. I mean, that's going to happen. You play 30-some games, you're going to miss some shots. I mean, I was proud of our kids for continuing to fight, to continue to take those shots. But unfortunately, we came up on the short end with those. I don't think it was a, technique or anything like that. I just think that we missed the shots, and we were able to get some offensive rebounds, but obviously not enough to make up that gap. But I was proud of our kids, how they fought still.
Molly's really coming on from
Yeah.
She had a great week.
Yeah.
Coming off the bench, how do you like her as that sixth man?
Yeah, she's playing really well. I mean, she's playing as well as any guard that we have right now. Really on both ends of the floor. I mean, yeah, our offense is what obviously people see and stand out, but defensively she's playing really well. I mean, she was one of the ones to get that steal there, part of that process there against Fort Smith, to get that steal, push the ball to get us that basket. So really on both ends of the floor, Holly's playing tremendous, and she's worked really hard, and she's been able to earn everything that that she's been able to get so far.
After a game like that one against Oklahoma Christian, you had an off week now. Can you see a lot of regrouping and kind of just figuring things out this week?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you try to get some rest. I mean, we don't play till Sunday. Obviously, due to final schedule this week, we had to move everything to Sunday and Tuesday to next week. And so, a lot of regrouping this week. Let these girls get their finals taken. I mean, obviously nobody is where, right now we're not where we want to be. I mean, that's fact. I think everybody would agree with that. But I also think that this team has a lot of high ceiling still. We're not anywhere close to where we want to be. And you play 30 games, and we're only 8 games in. So I know how hard these girls are working every day, and I know it'll eventually show on the court. It's just, taking longer than what we want right now, but it'll happen.
With the game bond this week, what's your practice schedule like this week?
So we'll be some afternoons and some in the mornings, so it'll kind of go back and forth, just depending on when it is, and we'll give them another day off some point this week, just because due to the finals and stuff like that. Try to pick a day where they got a lot of finals going on, give them that day off, but. We'll hit the court hard for 4 or 5 days, and we'll be ready to go for Kingsville on Sunday.
Got the chance to ask Coach Sherman last week about it a little bit, but what do you make overall of the LSC this year, and what's kind of your overall outlook at the conference?
Yeah, it's tough again. I mean, obviously just playing our first 2 teams so far. Oklahoma Christian is much improved. Arkansas Fort Smith is going to be very competitive. I mean, they may not. Who knows how much they're going to win, but they're going to be competitive in their games. But I think overall the conference is going to be as difficult as it always has been. Teams are tough. I mean, it's really tough to go win on the road. You got to take care of your home court. Some teams were able to go steal 2 wins on the road. But at the end of the day, you're obviously everybody with 2 games. Everything's still left to play in front of you. We did what we. End of the day, your goal is to go at least split. We've done that. Now we need to come home and take care of our home court.
So next up, Kingsville. What do you see in that? What do you got to do to take care of business?
Yeah, and that's just, everybody has a little different style, than what we've seen. I think they're probably more similar to, they're not going to press as much as Oklahoma Christian, but they're going to try to play tough, physical, half-court defense, execute. They run a lot of sets, a lot of stuff. They got a couple posts that can step out and shoot. They got a couple quick guards that can get off the dribble. They're definitely a different style than what Texas A&M International is. So, but that happens a lot, right? You in this league, like for example, you go play Angelo, right, against UTPB. They're going to trap you all over the court, and Angelo's going to be more of a half-court team. So, you just got to be able to handle both and be ready for both.
You mentioned you guys
I think our girls. I think one of the things that kids struggle with sometimes is their confidence. And I think that that's something that, you encourage these kids. They try to come along, keep coming along, keep encouraging them. Keep shooting, do some things like that. I think our confidence is where, for some of the kids, I think just getting to know each other. I was trying to think on the road trip home. I mean, outside of Nylam, Jayla, and Carly, those are really the only three that have over the past 3 or 4 years that have played significant minutes at the collegiate level. I mean, even our newcomers that we've had didn't play a lot necessarily at the Division I places they were at, so they're still fairly new, and then obviously new to our system. So still blending all that together, and it's kind of what we had to do our first year. And when it all clicked, I mean, it was fun to watch, and I mean, I think these kids aren't too far behind.